Weirdest kinks. According to Reddit, viewer discretion is advised. I've only ever worked in this field once when I didn't have enough money for a night out. A guy paid me £250 for me to sit on his back naked for 3 hours. He didn't do anything. He just laid there. No conversation while I watched TV. I felt like I ripped him off, but he was very appreciative. There's plenty of fetishes that I don't indulge, but understand how people could get off. But I struggle to understand what he was getting off of. To each their own, I suppose. Yeah, you guys wouldn't understand just having somebody sit on you now. Hello to Ariana, hello to Erwin, hello to this guy who apparently was like, "Oh, I guess I'm alone," as the third comment in the damn stream. What an idiot. That's a hell of a first comment too. Man, I guess I'm alone. What the fuck? You have forever tainted yourself as that guy. When I see this name, I'm going to remember that. Okay? I'm kidding. Not really. Not really. I wish we could change it. You know what they say about a first impression? Linda says hello. Hazuki says hey. Hey Cyael, do you want some pics of Ben Shapiro's sister? Who the fuck? Why? Why would I care? What? That's really weird. That's such a specific thing to ask, too. You guys never cease to amaze. I wonder if somebody has a kink for watching me get confused by comments in my stream chat. Number 19. Not a sex worker specifically, but I used to manage and bartend at a gentleman's club many moons ago. One night while I was tending to the bar, one of the girls comes down to the bar and asks me for an empty beer mug from the bar. I give it to her from the bar and she runs off to the bathroom from the bar, then backs out with it full of urine. Looks like you're in for quite the story here, guys. Viewer discretion advised. She then runs off to her customer, mug full of yellow liquid in hand, and a bit later she comes back with the mug, now empty. She tries to give it back to me, and I tell her to throw it away. She does so, and then proceeds to tell me that her customer paid her $300 to pee in a mug, and then he wanted her to watch him drink it, which she did. Beyond that, I saw guys come in, pay girls to clean mirrors and tables in the club while they just watched. A few of them would even get up and help them while they were cleaning when they were the one paying. One guy would walk in, talk shit to every girl that he could, and when one would finally get angry and slap him, he would pay them $100 on the spot. This dude was about 80 years old. Some guys would even come in and start at the start of the shift and bring panties with them and ask a few of the girls to wear the panties all day, and would then later show up at the end of the shift and pay the girls $100 to retrieve the used and worn panties. Is this what I've become? Is this what I do? A lot of weird and oddball fetishes in there. A whole lot of fetishes. These aren't really weird to me, and I think that you guys would agree. It's always healthy to start low on a list so that it can get increasingly better, but I think we need to step out of normie town. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get actually funky as we roll up this list. Number 18. A guy hit me up for feet pictures once, completely out of the blue. I know this is basically like pretty standard, but I wasn't a sex worker, and whoever this guy was ended up hitting up about half of the guys at my college, which was damn near 300 to 400 guys. It was all in the span of a week or so, and he offered good money per picture. All told, I heard he spent upwards of $5,000 trying to accumulate a collection of college male feet. Well, goddamn, homie. So, of course, the natural progression, as I remind you guys that the wishlist link is in my description, okay, would be to ask the question, how much do you think you'd pay for, sorry. How much do you believe that you would accept to actually go to the trouble of taking a picture of your own feet? People be in for a nasty surprise with my feet, you know what I mean? Not bunions or anything crooked or scary down there. My nails are just in insane need of a pedicure. Like, I need to, take the file, because there's like cracks on some of the nails. Yeah. And it ain't nothing that a file ain't gonna fix, boy. Stripes is like $20. That's all it would take for you, girl? But what if you have to basically play ping pong or tennis with the idea that the person who's taking those feet pictures, they probably want them for something. You know what I mean? See, if somebody asks me for feet pictures, haha, they doing it for the yucks. Here's some money. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the fun, okay? But if they ask you for feet pictures, those could show up somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? Get the hell out of here. People responding to my question. Might as well ask it on stream. If any of you play Animal Crossing, I'd like you all to send me a drink machine. If you guys know what that is or how to get it. Appreciate ya. So we continue up to number 17. The weirdest request that I've ever had was on Reddit from a guy offering me $50 an hour to crush mealworms and insects with my feet. An hour? Bitch. I don't know, ma'am. That's not even $1 a minute, and that's a long time. I mean, they'd be dead before you reach the 10-minute marker, you know? How many mealworms can you... Come on. The bugs would be supplied to me. Another time, a guy offered me $200 just to show up and meet him. Didn't have to talk, or I didn't have to stay. Just collect the money and leave. Which was obviously as sketchy as fuck, so I didn't go. Well, I'm glad some of y'all ladies got a damn brain in your head. You know what I'm talking about? Stripes, this list is just hitting all the dings for you, isn't it? They killing the bugs. They want your feet. We gotta have latex in this list or it doesn't really count, you know? We can't justify my use of this thumbnail with a little bit of latex as we reach the top, then what's the even point? What even is the point? Bradley says mealworms are cute. Okay. Number 16. Someone asked me to watch his 7-year-old. Wait. Whoa. What? Whoa. Yo, scrolling away isn't gonna delete that entry, dude. Yo, no. Oh, the cringe. Look, I don't have to read that, do I? Someone asked me to watch their 7-year-old wank me on cam while I played with myself. What? He offered to pay my highest rates and tip me generously. I reported and blocked his ass as quickly as I could. What the fuck? Every fucking list. Number 15, boy. I used to have a modeling page and I got a message through... We got a message through once. I used to have a modeling page and I got a message once asking me to take videos and pictures of me sitting on cakes. Oh yes, cake fart. He tried to claim it was for charity. Excuse me, sir, but your dick is not a charity. I've been calling my dick charity since before you were born. Everything you do for me is for charity. Whip out those titties and bounce them to and fro, bitch. It's for charity. As he sits upon his throne of hairy balls. They are my balls, you see. I call them, kindness and generosity. Charity, kindness, and generosity. And together they form my dick and balls. Number 14, all right? I'm a dancer. Dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. In a club. I love kinky guys. They're your clients. They keep you paid. That's one industry that's got to still be getting it. You know what I'm talking about? If they staying open. Girl, get out that hazmat suit. Just unzip for me. Other than the dorms, kinky guys trend to be pretty passive and tip well. Did she mean trend? Or did she mean tend? Mostly, I run into foot guys. Cuckold men who wear women's undergarments and just overall submissive people who are open to do whatever I'm into. Intriguing. After 15 years in the industry, I thought I had heard it all. Then I met a guy who was into bones. Sweet. Human bones. Let's see. Not as easy as I usually make it look. As in, he bought a 45-minute room and just wanted to feel my skeleton. So he was into like bones through flesh. Okay. He was touching my collarbone and hips very hard. It wasn't the most comfortable dance ever, but he was so grateful to be acting out his fantasy and super respectful of me and my time. One of my favorite guys ever. Sorry, I got a little giddy in the middle of the entry because I just thought to myself, what if a lot of white guys are into bones and that's why they got a lot of these women walking around looking like they haven't had a burger in ever. I said it. What the fuck wrong with y'all? Oh yeah, look at the bones on that one. Can't wait to get hurt in bed. Hey girl, sit on me. Ow. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I like that. I like your fucking bone hole and bored a hole in me, damn it. Oh God. I thought you were gonna bone me. No, you misheard. I want your bones on me. Damn it. Number 13. I had a roommate in college in the early 2000s who did private adult videos by request. So it was pretty much like, cam girling. The fuck. She came home pretty bummed one day, and I asked what was up. She said she had been paid $500 to put on an adult diaper and comically large baby bonnet and walk otherwise naked around a local college green space. I wonder what a college green space is. The whole video was her walking around with her fingers in her mouth acting like a confused adult baby. At the end, she was told to pee in the diaper and show the camera. That's some degrading shit. But hey, I guess you're making in an hour or two what some people can barely claim to have made for the week, huh? What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry and the only way to feed him is to walk around the campus in a diaper like a baby and your daddy gone? The baby daddy gone. Goo 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 wah wah. Pee-pee in my diaper. Sorry. When she thought she was done, the director asked if she wanted to poo in the diaper. It's not funny. Some people going through some stuff. And you know why I can laugh at it? Let me be real with you, especially since this is like a Cyael After Dark list. I can be real because if I could make that money doing something that I was already gonna fucking do, you know what I mean? By all means. Yeah, there's a video of me out poo-poo in my diaper time. But bitch, I don't know. If I was already going to show up to do it, who cares at this point? Yeah, it's degrading. Yeah, it's fucked up. But the worst part about the situation is the sadness involved in knowing that if they could get her to come out for it, they could just make her do anything that they wanted by throwing more money on the table. And here's a murderer's trick. You won't hear this often. But if you just have them do whatever you want them to do. Okay, no, you can't say that. Can't say that on stream. Love you guys. All right, as we continue this list, they said, hey, if you want to poo-poo in this diaper, you can earn $1,500 instead of $500. That's $1,000 more. They said the client asked if it was possible, and she declined. And the director was like, okay. She was bummed that she missed out on making an extra $1,000 because she had pooped before going to work. Oh, she couldn't produce a big poopy. Well, it's their own fault for not making her aware. She really did miss out on $1,000 because she was willing to do it. That kind of sucks.
I don't think
That's really sad. They should have told her ahead of time. We both laughed so hard. What a ridiculous thought. Darn, if I hadn't pooped before work, I'd be making some real motherfucking money. So I love it. She was down to earth enough to be like, hey, I mean, what is it more than what I've already been doing? Walking around, sucking my finger and fucking peeing in a diaper. You know, might as well complete it. Match it on the back side as on the front side. Sorry, Dia's eating. I hope you guys are taking a good shower, sudsing yourselves up, and just feeling cleansed as I read these terrible stories to you, as usual. All right, number 12. I used to drive around prostitutes and do security for them very regularly. You mean you was driving around hoes and you was the pimp, right? All right. Very regularly, one of the girls would get a call from this guy who would have the girl show up in steel-toe boots and kick him repeatedly in the dick and face as hard as they could. He paid her $200 to beat him until he passed out, usually 6 to 8 minutes. That became a once or twice a week thing for well over a year. I was driving her. Yeah, I'm security for prostitutes. You mean you the muscle for some hoes? You driving these hoes up and down, man. How much they giving you? They better be giving you a cut. That's the type of delivery man all of y'all want to be when you think about it. Pussy ass delivery man getting stiffed by people, you know, accepting Grubhub and Uber Eats orders. No. Okay, pizza delivery ain't gonna work out when everybody sucks. But the muscle for some hoes, you know what I'm talking about? Lift you some damn weights and look thick as hell in the car. Look scary, motherfucker. And if you don't let that hoe out, I'ma be in there next, bitch. Say stuff like that. Then they'll know what time it is. Hinata says,
hey, I'm showing this to my friend while we clean our ears.
damn, is that what people do? Are y'all hot bitches? Are y'all big titty females that's what they do these days? I don't think I know anybody that I've ever chilled with to clean my ears, but I'm a man. You know, so I gotta release that. Other girls in this stream, I need you to tell me right now, when you girls are together, is ear cleaning an activity that's on the agenda? You better tell me the truth. You know, if you were like showing up to a sleepover with a girl and maybe she had an itinerary or a list of things that you guys would be doing that night, you know, watch some movies, talk about boys, go on Twitter and just be assholes, you know what I'm talking about? Make some TikToks where we just got barely anything on and just make the boys salivate. Get in a Snapchat story with all of us on a bed and then see what the thirstiest message that comes in is. And then put this nigga on blast because we cruel like that. You know what I'm talking about? Something stupid like that. But did we clean our ears, guys? I'm not roasting anybody. I'm just teasing. Just saying. While we clean our ears. What if I actually... I think I'm insulted by that because I would like to think that I'm too funny for people to trust ever being able to do something like clean their ears around me, okay? Like they need to be completely away and not hope that anything is gonna happen. You know what I'm talking about? Stripes is saying, shut up, Cyael. Clean your ears right now. Damn it. This is a ear cleaning check. All right? What if it's a fetish and I put them on blast? And they were in here in the middle of their list and I'm ruining it. I hope you guys have a great ear cleaning. Randy Coombe says, I had Q-tips jammed down both my ears. Oh, wow. The ideal way to listen. To Hinata said, I was bored, so I just wanted to try it. Did they insist? Did they suggest it? Hey, you want to get a hit of this? And then you look down and there's a Q-tip.
Yo, I was in this stream earlier and this dude was talking about Q-tips and ear cleaner for like 3 hours.
So we continue to number 11. We Googling Q-tips.
You freaked out every time I would clean my ears.
Because you clean your ears too damn much. We ain't getting into that. You want to bring that up? I had to hide the Q-tips from this girl.
I found them.
She found them. She had her own. She had her own in her purse.
That too.
Dia got Q-tip stashes, nigga. It's not a joke. Oh, you know what? So yeah, I guess that's the end of it, right? No wonder you've been so quiet. This should have been funny to you, but instead it was like,
he don't know. We just gotta keep quiet.
It's just weird how you think that what she said was to be taken as like, oh, we're cleaning each other's ears.
no, not each other, just doing it together. Doesn't make it any less weird. It would probably be less weird if they were cleaning each other's ears, like if they were scared or something, or wanted them to like, oh, look in and see something, like, oh, I would just get so anxious, so I want you to do it. Maybe my hands get shaky. Maybe you could see something. Maybe my dad's like, you know, an ear dude and he's got that little look inside my ear bullshit. You can't do that to yourself. It would be less weird if they were doing it with each other than just doing it together. Stripes, what's wrong with this topic? Are you scared by the idea of ear cleaning? Look, I am not stopping. We're going to talk about ear cleaning until I get a donation. That's it. The whole list is done. Can you imagine if the list went on for days? When you clean your ear, like I'm an old man, do you clean the back part?
Hinata says that she's doing it for him. So, like, maybe, like...
Wait, for him? Okay. Okay. See, if I was at a party and I'd never seen Dia before, I'd be like, hey girl, could you clean my ears for me, girl? I just can't do it by myself, please. You're just so good at everything and looking like you really know, you know, what, you got some in your purse? Damn, girl. Because she does. It's not funny, it's fucking weird.
You gotta come prepared.
What size do you need, Cyael? What size and which brand? Because I have all of them.
Wait, are there little packs of every kind of Q-tip? If there is, I want to collect them.
Number 11. After reading through this thread, I'm nowhere near the perverted bastard I thought I was. I love referential entries to these posts. This is why you put a serious post on everything. I can't stand these people. So we scrolling all the way back down to number 21. I knew a reporter who had done a story on the infamous red light area of Mumbai for kids who are like 12 years old who shouldn't be in here. First of all, get the fuck out of here. Second of all, because you ain't gonna do nothing nobody tells you to do. Red light means it's an area where, you know, things get a little bit gangsta after dark. If there were an area for all the hoes to congregate, it would be the red light district. Okay. We used to have this song back in my day called Roxanne. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Because she was walking the streets for money. She didn't care what was wrong or what was right. Roxanne, she didn't have to put on the red light after a certain point. You know what I'm talking about? Put on the red light. Roxanne. So yeah, one of the stories that stuck with all of us is this guy who turned up at one specific date. Damn, I lost control of this. Let me check the task manager, make sure everything ain't freaking out. No spikes. Strange. Anyway, this one guy would turn up at one specific date every month with a duffel bag. Now, you'd think he'd be pretty kinky and have some devices with him to use in the, the butt to play. Kidding. But instead, he'd bring a full set of traditional Indian wedding attire. The performer was told... Oh, no. The performer told the reporter that this specific customer would pay her whatever she asked as long as she'd wear the wedding clothes. He would respectfully wait outside the room until she had changed. He would pull up the chair, sit in front of her, and just look at her and weep for 2 hours straight. Then he'd leave without laying as much of a finger on her. Turns out he had... Oh my God, why they gotta make it... Oh, man. They make it sad. So that girl must look similar to his wife. That is so sad. Turns out he had lost his wife to some freak accident hours after they got married, and it messed with him big time. One of the saddest stories I've heard, and it makes my heart ache immensely whenever I recount it. Jesus Christ, man. We didn't come to this weirdest kink list to feel. What a cursed entry. Because I was gonna, in my chosen heart of hearts, my hopeful, silly, stupid time, I would have loved if it's a thing that was concocted specifically to screw with the mind of the hoe. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, man. You gotta be really incredibly gifted as it pertains to crafting something that's psychologically gonna fuck with somebody when you're paying them. Because it needs to be the type of act where even though they're being paid, like if you think about it, you're getting paid to do something. Most things that people go, oh, can I do this? As long as they ain't crossing some kind of big ass line or demeaning you or some bullshit like that, or they're doing basically crossing whatever line with you. As long as they're paying you, you the one who winning in this situation. Now, a psychological ploy like this, where I'm like, hey, could you put on this wedding dress? And then you come in and you pull up a chair and you just hold her hand and you look into her eyes and you're just like, and it's like an hour passes. Holy shit. It's the thing that you plan has got to make the person ask, did I get enough money for this bullshit? Yeah, boy. Wow. And I wish that's what this was, but it ain't. He lost his wife. Where were we, man? Let's see, that guy. I forgot all about that dude. We're halfway through, let's do it. I think the strangest that I've ever gotten was a man who had a huge fetish for Disney characters. I'm not even talking about just Disney princesses. He loved Lilo and Stitch, Pooh Bear. He regularly paid me several hundred times to dress up. No, he regularly paid me several hundred to dress up as his favorite characters and basically verbally abuse him.
Look at this fuckboy Piglet. Looking like a real piece of honey. Oh, but I wouldn't lick him. He's so dirty. Probably full of AIDS, Piglet.
Ooh, Pooh Bear. I don't know what Piglet sounds like. Boo. Okay. It was a sweet gig while it lasted. However strange. Nothing really surprises me anymore after that one. Look, I'm a guy who's real, and I'm gonna tell y'all like it is. I am jealous. Fuck these hoes. I'm salty as hell. Should be me getting paid to do all this stupid shit. Hey, can you dress up like Pooh Bear and insult me? Hey man, if I gave you a whole bunch of Mike and Ikes, could you throw them at me but be very careful to miss? 1 hour and I'll pay you $7,000. What the fuck? I'm trying to get my shit off the ground.
Your fetish.
God damn it.
Your fetish line of work, you want that to take off.
Hey man, I got this giant like zap racket from the store. It's for bugs. I'll be right back. And he comes back in dressed as a giant bug. And I'm like, what you want me to hit you? And he's like, bzz, 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 bzz. I'll be like, man, I better be getting paid $1,000. I'll be like, oh shit, all right.
To get the character.
I'm so mad. Number 9. A client pays me to teach him how to blow his nose properly, making sure to say the key phrase like blow it clear. Another one sets up a fantasy scenario where I receive an expensive vibrator in the mail, but when I open it, I discover a tiny man that's stuck inside it. He says, "What you don't know is that man was a factory worker and got stuck in the vibrator making it." I'm very sorry that it sounded like I was having a stroke. It's because I was reading ahead of myself and trying to explore a parallel universe where this made sense. It's one thing to just request something crazy because, hey, we all have our kinks. But it's another thing to demonstrate that, no, boy, you are crazy to the hoe that you're paying. Do you get what I'm saying? You paying this woman and you're just like, hey, can we play this role play? Okay, sure. What happens? You get a box and it's a vibrator, but instead it's a little man inside the vibrator box. But then I talk to you and I say that when I was making the vibrator at the factory, I got trapped inside of it. Were you this size before? You were inside? You know, why were you making a vibrator if you were that tiny? No, I was regular size. And I kind of like fell in a way where I shrunk somehow. I was obviously confused where he wanted me to go with this, but suggested that I should try using the vibrator with the man attached. Nope. The client replied, "I can't come unless you destroy it." Oh my God. With you in it, but I don't understand, because you're supposed to be in this thing, so I'm destroying you. Are we verbally pulling the entire weight of this roleplay scenario? God, how'd you get in the box? I'm in the box. Don't worry about it. I'm in it. I'm in the box, but it's not a vibrator. But I'm in the box, and I got trapped in the box. And you gotta crush the box. I'm crushing the box now. No, you're going too fast. Talk about the shoe you have on. Oh, I got a steel. It's a hard boot shoe. It's like a platform. It's so tough at the bottom. And then what do you talk about the exercises you did before today? I can't come unless you destroy it, dude. Yo, that's a fantastic... Yo, you know what? I may want to read this alone. just so that I can try to make "I can't come unless you destroy it" a meme. That's terrible. Wow, man, I really like that phrase on its own. Number 8. Oh no, what if Reddit has the same idea? Somebody said this might be the weirdest one for me, because we just don't get it. Sometimes you want a little bit of logic in your kinks. I just need to understand. Allison says, "Cyael, what do you think about..." Whoa, man, you haven't seen me in like 3 years or something? At this point, you know, people are gonna have to deal with it the way that they figure out how to deal with it, man. I'm over getting into other people's shit about it. That's the comedy. And we've gone through so many different stages. It was like, oh, it's not a real thing. Oh, you're being crazy because, you know. And then China was hiding this, and oh, I'm insane for, you know, not being down with the WHO. Just wait until it all comes out. Just wait. Hinata says, "Whenever I talk to a dude online and he tells me a really out there kink, I ask how it started." Yeah, that's a good question for that guy. How did it start? And how did it graduate to here? You know? What made him this way? Number 8. I'm an erotica writer, and I've had some strange requests for commissions over the years. I've written about the guy who wanted to be sounded by a Hot Wheels car before. What does it mean, Lord? Help me, God. Help me, Father God in heaven above, Lord Jesus. Just help me. to understand, but there have been a bunch of times where people have asked for things that have been unusual. What are you, the crypt keeper? I had one guy who was really into whatever a bird furry is. He asked for a story about getting a hand job from someone with an eagle claw. I pointed out that that would technically be a foot job, and he never answered me back. Okay. There was also one guy who wanted me to edit his writing and just berate him for all the mistakes. Okay, it's teacher roleplay. Basically, he wanted a sort of Microsoft Word student-teacher roleplay where I would be correcting his errors and telling him what a stupid little boy he was. And he was going to be a failure as a writer. No one would ever want to read his stuff. I didn't take the job in the end. I felt a little too close to just talking this guy off rather than writing a story. When I was in a relationship at the time, no, sorry, it's A. Oh my God. Sometimes people just make errors in here, so I assumed it would be like a, why didn't you say 1? And whatever, I don't know. Well, it's fine. It's fine, okay. There have also been a couple of people who've asked for writing based on an image prompt, which is fine, but usually it's a sexy woman or a particularly fetishy image. One guy sent me a picture of a chair by itself. It was a very nice chair, but I had to check with him before I wrote it in case I'd missed something about the whole transaction. Whoa, no, I was about to like burp about 1,000 times, and it was like my brain didn't understand what I was doing in the midst of me trying to read. It was a true nightmare. A true nightmare indeed. We should power through this list before things get hilarious, sir. You know what I'm talking about? Number 7. I was camming for a guy who wanted to start a pay-per-minute camming show, and I agreed. Just casually talked to him for a bit, and then we got to the weird part. He wanted me to lie in full view of the camera, completely still, like literally not move. I spent an hour just laying completely still and making no sound, and I have no idea what he got out of it. Maybe he gets off on watching like a body. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe it's like a way to get his peeping Tom thing.
Nah, man, completely still, man. That's something weird, you know? I mean, like a breathing person, I guess, is kind of the same because the person's not going to stop breathing. So, I don't know. I guess that shoots down my corpse bing bong. What the hell? I don't know. I think Chrome just ate like a crazy amount of RAM. Like a bizarre amount of RAM just now. Holy AIDS. I apologize. Let's get back into this. You know, the music froze. I was like, what? All right. Number 6. I was a cab driver for several years. Night shift. I'm driving in the ghetto. I love this job. I had a regular escort who always requested me. Probably because I didn't ask her for anything while driving her to the next John. She'd go up into an apartment or hotel or house and have me wait, sometimes for a full hour, but rarely for over 15 minutes. I never argued because waiting and a return trip kept the meter running longer. One time she came down after maybe 10 minutes. She looked half amused and half terrified. She said that the guy had her put on a muumuu and an old lady wig and just yell at him for a while and while he took a shit. Man, he's stimulating all ends, huh? Some dudes, I don't know if some dudes know that they gay if they want to be dropping a deuce in the middle of a cum-splosion.
No.
Come, explosion. What happened?
The thing is that.
Don't talk to me while you're eating. Only because I'm worried for you. You know. Well, I don't know why you're eating in front of me while I'm doing this, because I could say something hilarious, dear.
I'm hilarious.
SXMIE said, one time I caught my ex cheating and he did a huge show saying it was his kink and how I should just let him cheat. Whoa. That's so... Usually a guy will try to find a thing that, you know, like makes the most sense. You're caught red-handed. It's going to be some bullshit that comes out of your mouth. It doesn't matter how much sense you think it makes. You know, you caught. But I like to think he should have gone with the most logical. And this is his kink? That's so bizarre. Man. Which of y'all was thicker, though? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. As we continue up this list, it'll help with the growth. Not his growth in the pants, but emotional growth. Emotional. A customer had a fishing fetish. Are you serious? Got flasher outfits for some girls, like a raincoat? That said Fisher outfits. You son of a bitch. Brought a fishing rod, boots, and all the girls had to act like they were fishing. Him, oh my god, he's the fish. He's the fish. Jesus. Just when you're like, okay, that's weird. Maybe he just wants a girl that's gonna be his companion, come out with him on a trip, knows something, wants to be there, wants to enjoy this time with him. Nope, he's the fish man. He bought the girls the fucking raincoats. Oh god, the girls had to act like they were fishing him while he was laying on the floor and moved like a fish. Craziest shit I heard about. But whatever floats your boat. Okay, my dude. Glub glub baby. Number 4. In a special message. In a special... Usually I'm so ahead of myself, and I know that my brain literally thought the phrase message palace. When it says massage place, sometimes I think I should just write down what I'm saying while my brain speaks, because I think there's some serious inconsistencies on occasion, because it's almost like a Naked Gun scene where I'm just like, massage palace, and then everybody, and then like the people with the teleprompter look at the word. Wait, that's not what it says. So number 4. I gotta stop because I'm almost gonna say it like that again. In a special... No, it's just funny on its own. Oh, you going to that massage place? In a special massage place, a friend of a you motherfucker, told me that one of her customers comes in regularly to get his ass cheek scratched. For 1 hour. It's just gotta be a rash at that point. You're scratching a rash that you created for 1 hour. Just one cheek. Not cheeks, just one cheek. Oh my god. We gotta get out of this list. We have gotta get out of here. Number 3. I used to sell a friend of mine sleeping pills. Jesus Christ, you're admitting to that. I used to sell a friend of mine sleeping pills. She had a client who liked them being... Oh man, she had a client. She had a client who liked it being injected into his dick and tried to fuck her before he went to sleep. It would take 10 to 15 minutes before he crashed, and she was always paid up front, and she would leave when he fell asleep. Okay. Oh boy. Number 2. Okay. I had a man pay me $500 to sit on my feet in panties and a t-shirt and turn my back to the camera and play video games while working, ignoring the camera. Worth it. I played Below Zero. I bought it on day 1. I wish girls would send me games on Steam and then be like,
Now turn your back and play it for an hour.
I'd be like, okay. And I got the biggest smile on my face when I'm turning around. You know? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Even though you're already here, you better come back later and then leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite kink was because you were too shy to do it during the stream. Maybe your kink is listening to what I say. Now do what I say and go into the Discord and just remain there, okay? The stream notification will go straight to your phone when the stream begins. Oh my god.
Julian is indoctrinating into the flurry into his crazy.
I didn't know Julian was crazy.
He's a smug one though.
Okay. As we continue to the end of this list, number 1 on this, the list of weirdest kinks. Number 1. I also had a guy come out. Sorry, not come. It's too early. You know. I also had a guy out of his mind on Molly have me over for like 5 hours, but had me arrive at midnight and then proceeded to dress me in every Halloween costume he had ever worn and photograph me in pirate stuff, Lord of the Rings costumes, and a wizard with a large staff taller than I am. Okay. Who is Radiot, guys? Oh no. What a loser. This is apparently somebody that reads Reddit posts, but it's probably text to speech because it's right in the name. Oh my god. And they're upset that they weren't in the list. Can you imagine how sad and angry all these losers would be if they ever found it to my fucking stream, where I'm shitting on their ridiculous entries, where they're so clearly craving a little bit of that cash. We made it, guys. As a family, as a stream, we made it out of a whole list. You know, mad respect to hoes. Salty, like I said, jealous. I want to be making what you making. You're putting them all to shame, ladies. Girl, if you are out there, do not let hoe come out of my lips as a derogatory term. There is much respect. I respect the struggle. I respect the capacity for quicker and better than everybody else got it. You know? Not everybody got a body that people gonna pay for. How about that? You know, a lot of people withering. Oh, falling apart. People look and then they avert their gaze. I'm not the person right now. People look at me and it's like I'm in a wheelchair. They're like, oh my god. Some people would say, oh, it's because he's black. Well, you That's only half of the big box. Something about me is throbbing sometimes. Pulsating. You know what I mean? Like as a dude, just like a big sausage man. Just. Alright, so guys, I'm glad that you enjoyed this list. Whatever it may have been worth. Like the video for me. Stay out of trouble. If there's anything that you can gloat about, it's the fact that you had a kink that's cooler than the stuff that people were mentioning here, except for maybe that entry with the guy being a fish, and the other one where
the vibrator.
Yeah, that's so layered. That vibrator one may be, it shatters my brain to think about it. It's very fucking complex. There's like so many levels, Oh, this is a role play. You're a person at home receiving this vibrator, but instead of the vibrator, it's just like a shrunk man in the box. And I'm somebody who worked at the factory that makes them. So your first question's probably like, oh, so you're a tiny man? Is there a race of tiny people and all of those tiny people make the damn vibrator? I don't know what's going on. And I feel like it would upset him. It would upset him to have to explain it. But as we've said before, my God, man, you want to know how these things start. Did it start in this final state? Or is it I'm getting ahead of myself. Did it start in this state? Or is this the end of a line of progression? What if initially, the dildos went out in really big boxes because she's like a kinky lady and she wanted one that came with like a chair and stuff like that. So the box is big enough for him to actually fit in. And then eventually he just like shrunk smaller and smaller. Is there a shrink ray in any incarnation? Or did as he was falling forward, he just, man. Oh, I hadn't even, but no, tiny man. Oh God, what if that's what he means when he says, tiny man? Oh my God. Ooh boy. And then of course, here's the genius, guys. The box needs to be destroyed. So it's almost like the woman is meant to have a reaction, like it's a bug, like it's a tiny person. Maybe she's even an alien, where she's immediately like, eek! And she's like, scary, and I drop it. And I step on it, In reality, I think most of us, unless we believed that this tiny person meant us harm, we'd probably shut the box as best we could, throw them into a big, vivarium with tall glass walls so that we could see what was going in there eventually, or a jar if we could make some air holes, and we'd see what we could fucking get for that shit. You know what I mean? And what's worse is we got to do, and here's something that I'm giving y'all, want some crazy ass knowledge right now. I try my best to keep the Cyael out of these lists, but I'm trying to hit you with some serious knowledge right now. If you ever find some shit that's a little bit too cool for this realm, you know what I'm talking about? Some shit that maybe came back in time, came from another planet, or clearly came from some sort of dimension that's not the one that we are in, hopefully. Hopefully you don't have no leaked government technology on your fucking hands. What you need to do immediately is not tell fucking, your friends, not try to, you better fucking videotape, stream the shit straight to the internet in a way where you can get a lot of people's attention at once. And you better get a VPN or some shit, baby. Make it so that they can't figure out where you're streaming from immediately, because if they can get their hands on you, they will show up and make sure you didn't have nothing. Okay? Why did I even go off into this? Thinking about midgets and giants. But all I'm saying is, if you or I caught a tiny human, we'd be trying to make some damn money off that. We want a show, a TV show, but you got to pay us the millions to film it. We're going to work up like a nice, what's the word? Oh man, let's not even get into it. But yeah, no, they would seize that. Stripe says you would sell a smaller man. I'm not selling him, I'm making money off of him. So I'm doing effectively what any producer is supposed to do, unfortunately. Any, manager, any, agent, that's what they do. They find you work. And if you're in hot demand, the producer is still the the architect of you being able to find shit, because they're the one who understands the connections, not you. So it's a terrible trade-off, but again, normally you're not going to be able to access the people that you need to impress to start a career without this asshole who's going to demand a percentage. And it's like, damned if you don't, really. Damned if you do. Man, the way I just spoke about a manager or agent kind of makes it sound like I've had a terrible experience with them in the past, and I haven't. I feel like as a man, I've come face to face with every decision that you can make as it pertains to getting forward in life. And even though you try not to, it's very unfortunately human for your mind to start effectively forming categories in your brain. And, some people become desensitized. Other people have what they consider a conscience, you know what I mean? And some people just see life as a means to... They see how high they can get as a challenge to do so. And as I've said it 1,000 times, sometimes to climb, the only way you're going to be able to do it is on the backs of other assholes. And suckers are born every minute. Somehow I feel like this conscience shit is almost like a trick to keep people down sometimes. I'm not preaching, I'm not, implying that anybody should adopt any kind of different mentality than what they have, or neither am I implying that you should embrace the idea that the only way to make it big is off the backs of other people. But, whether you're in an industry where you have to perform in a capacity where you're like better than other people, the word is compete. If I were to be concise, the word is compete. If you're in a capacity or a scenario where you're competing with somebody else, you can only succeed through their failures, If you're in a scenario where you're supposed to sell something to someone, their lack of what you have, sometimes their ignorance as it pertains to other products or what they can get for what less price, you know what I mean? You're effectively think about it like this. Whenever you sell something to someone and you know that there's a better version of that, and probably even for a better price of it, you're kind of like swindling them in a way. You're kind of taking advantage of their ignorance. I wouldn't call it manipulation, but in the same way that you might get mad at a hoe who has a virus, or a dude who has a virus that you're dating, and they know that they have that virus before you start dating, it is a lie of omission, Sometimes you're at a job and it's a stranger coming in and you're making money off the fact that they too stupid or just probably impatient or don't care enough because they got enough money in their mind. They have enough money, you know what I mean, to just spend it. However, you're making money off that motherfucker's ignorance, and you don't owe them as a stranger the honor of telling them, dude. It just is what it is. But I don't know. Stripes really sent me into an interesting thought spiral, thinking about the fact that I do want to take this little dude and not make him a slave, but kind of just say, hey, I know this may be in demand. I know somebody may want to study this. What do you want for? I'm not selling the thing. I'm just saying, I found this man and, maybe I'm even invested in the little man's rights, because maybe he is living in a world where if other people had found him, they would have immediately stepped on him. Is this what I would need to say? No, I will not relinquish him because he's in a world where he can't defend himself. So, I'm going to make sure that people don't use him. What if that's all in my contract? Oh boy. Think about what he wants first. Stripes, what would you want if you were literally the size of maybe a finger? What would you want in a world of people this size? Would you just want to be provided for the rest of your life? Have all your food dropped and, a little place built for you? People are going to come at you the other way. They're going to ask if you're entitled to that, Is an ant entitled to, his own farm? Maybe an ant is too small. Maybe you're the size of a chicken nugget. Sorry, I skipped a step. Maybe you're the size of a baby chicken, Do you have rights? Not in the world we live in. Not in the world we live in. So I don't know. Some people would rather die than feel like a slave, but blah, 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 blah. Somber ending to this stream. I'd like to thank all of you who were involved with the stream tonight for making it what it was. This channel doesn't happen without viewers like you. That's right. Subscribe. I believe that you could do it this entire time. I believe that you can also tell your friends that this may be the weirdest ride that you've ever been on. And maybe, just maybe, this isn't just 20 weird kinks. It's 21. Because you have found me. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself and each other. Send me snaps if you need to get my friend code for Switch so that you can send me stuff. And I will love you and give you some cash too, because I've been here from the early days. Unlike some of y'all broke Animal Crossing people. You gotta get in early, man. That's exactly how it works in real life too. You gotta get in fucking early. Buy a bunch of stock. When that shit goes way up, sell some of that stock. But keep some of that stock in there in case that shit goes fucking crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta know when to cash ash out, baby. What am I talking about? As we continue. Wait, this is the end. My only friend, the end. I love you. I love you, okay? Go join the Discord. Do you want a link? Are things hard without links? You know what? I like sausage links as much as the next guy. And here's hoping you like... No. Just stop talking right there. And I love you. I will see you guys tomorrow. God damn it, the stupid thing was in my freaking way and I'm trying to get access to this window. Killing me. There's a Discord link, Cyael on Snap, on Twitter. Jesus Christ, someone go tell me. I mean, nobody usually follows me on Twitter, so I can do whatever the hell I want on there. But I sometimes feel like I just want to post about 7 Animal Crossing bing bongs a day, man. It's just my pictures. What's this with the whipped cream? Oh, I've seen this stupid shit before. I'm tired of it. Alright, guys. Have a Q-tip night. Love you, believe in you, stay out of trouble. Bye.